Hi guys, my name is Siddharth Roychoudhury. I am your MeanStack trainer. I have over 10 years of experience in web application development. I have developed applications in Java J2E for 7 years. And for the past 3 to 4 years, I've been working on MeanStack. So what is basically MeanStack? So it spells out as MEAN. M meaning MongoDB, that is your object-oriented database. E meaning Express, which is your MVC architecture on the server side. A meaning Angular, one of the most hot Vue front-end frameworks right now. It allows you to use SRP single responsibility principle, dependency injection, and a lot of best practices in the software industry. And A meaning Node.js. So we'll be dealing with Node.js a lot in this course. Node.js is basically the JavaScript runtime taken apart from your browser and made as a standalone software. So a developer called as Ryan Dahl back in 2009, he since Google Chrome, right? It all starts from Google Chrome. Google Chrome was open source and was developed by Google. So every browser as of today has 3 specific engines factory fitted into them. There is an HTML parser, there is a CSS engine, and there is a JavaScript engine. So this JavaScript engine that we're talking about in the Google Chrome, it's called as V8, right? So Ryan Dahl, what he did was he removed out the JavaScript engine from the Google Chrome and he started executing it, or he developed some more wrappers around it and started giving OS level access to that engine. Now when you give OS level access, when I say OS level access, you need access to the file system, you need access to the sockets, you need access to read and write data into the disk. So all these capabilities is what a server-side language has. Every server-side language that we talk about today, be it Java, be it .NET, every server-side language, they all have these capabilities by default. But when JavaScript came into existence, it was meant to run only on the browser. So when it runs on the browser, it has access to your text boxes, to your radio buttons, to your checkboxes, etc. But Ryan Dahl, he extended that and he gave access to your underlying OS properties. When you do that, you get a server-side runtime, right? So when you say server-side runtime, it's an environment which can access the server's properties. That's what Node.js is. Node.js is a JavaScript runtime environment, a JavaScript server-side runtime environment, a JavaScript engine that can understand JavaScript and access your server-side capabilities. Reading a file, accessing a socket, giving you a socket connection, writing data into your hard disk, etc. and etc. Whatever capabilities are there in this, or in the server-side language like Java or .NET, are now also there in JavaScript because of Node.js. See, JavaScript standalone doesn't have it, but when you couple it with Node, it does. So what is MeanStack, right? A typical web application stack always needs a front end where the user will communicate, a back end which will compute logic, and a database wherein you will persist the data stored. This is where your data goes actually. This is where your even on Facebook, even on Gmail, somewhere the data is getting stored, right? So every application has a database. So this is a typical web application stack. Front end will be either, if you're talking about a Java J2E application, it will be either JSP or HTML, and back end will be using servlets or Spring classes or Java classes, whatever. And the database will be MySQL, MS SQL, or some relational database. So this is relational. When I say relational, data is linked. So when you say parent and child, so parent-child is linked. When you come onto this side, when you come onto the MeanStack side, the front end will be made in Angular or React. The back end will be completely on Node.js using Express, which basically is your MVC. Database will be MongoDB. So everything that we see here, right, is all dealing in JavaScript. But everything that we see here, they all have their proprietary language. When you say JSP is your Java, HTML, right? And this will also have CSS, this will also have JS. So this will only have web-dependent languages. This will not understand Java, right? Browsers don't understand Java as of today, right? Unless you run an applet or so on and so forth. But then again, applet, I don't think it will run. So front end will not understand Java, but back end will not understand web, right? It doesn't understand web, right? And database needs SQL. So if you see every layer, right? Every layer here needs its own language. The database needs SQL, the backend needs Java, and the front end needs HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So that's the problem. If you see, When the data comes from this side, from the front end to the back end, there has to be something called as marshalling. Marshalling meaning converting the data from one type to another type for computation processes. If I want to run some sort of business logic, let's say a user has done login, right? He has given his username password. I have to convert that object that coming from the front end into a POJO, saying plain old Java object. Then again, I have to spend some time translating here. Going back to the database, now when I want to run the query using the username and password, I have to open up that object, make an SQL query, and then run it. Database will give me a result set which will be of the type database classes. I'll convert that into again Java again back to web language, because they don't understand, they don't have a common language. Whereas on this stack, every layer understands JavaScript. Every single layer understands JavaScript. There is no need of translation. The front end built in Angular is purely JavaScript. Backend built in Node.js, as I said, it's a JavaScript engine, again understands JavaScript. Database MongoDB supports JavaScript objects. I mean, what more would you want? If you have all these layers talking in one language, there is no translation time spent. There is no object translation. All the layers understand the same language. All the layers understand different language. Big problem. Hence, mean stack. Mean stack is completely based on JavaScript. Very easy to understand for people who know JavaScript to write code in mean stack. Once you understand what database is and once you understand what Node.js is, it's a breeze to make applications in mean stack. And not only that, the same concepts apply to Electron. Electron is a desktop application for making mean stack applications. Again, Ionic, a mobile-based framework for making mean stack applications. So that's it.